Welcome to Single in the City, and I want to say one thing before we start the show.
What?
Yes, I do. Surprise.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I had been going through a lot, like the first few shows, and thanks to my co-host Marchell for holding me down. And I feel like I got the monkey off my back. I'm lifted now. Everything is great, and thanks to my friends for holding me down and let me tell a story 10 different times in 10 different ways, and my ride or dies. Like, thank you so much. And welcome to Single in the City. I'm Marchell Sade.
And I'm Marchell Sade.
And we're here today with Amelia.
I'm Amelia Adams, as known as Millie B.
Amelia is my acting mate, and Amelia is married.
Yes.
And the topic of the day is how to get the ring.
Oh my gosh! Wow! Congratulations!
Yeah.
5 years. So
Wow!
Yeah.
You have a lot to tell us.
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I figured, let's get someone who's experienced,
Yeah.
who's already married.
Okay.
So, Amelia, did you cook and clean?
Right. Like, how did you get this ring?
So yes, like I said, we've been married 5 years, and 5 years is a long time, especially now. Everybody is like 2 years and out, 1 month and out. 5 years is a lot. I started off cleaning baseboards. Yeah, like
What do you mean?
like the baseboard.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
like with a toothbrush, because when I first met my husband,
Okay.
he was a bachelor and his house was really dirty.
Okay.
So I saw a need and I fulfilled it. And
Right.
so every bachelor, in my opinion, has a need. And a guy will never want you unless he needs you. If you start fulfilling needs that are already there, like sex, like most bachelors are getting sex.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
really not a need. So when I went to his home, I said, how can I help you? And I looked and I said, oh my God. Look at that. Look at all that dirt. I said, gotcha. So that was kind of my way in, how most people say,
Yeah.
like a key to a man's heart is food. But
Right.
he knew how to cook.
Oh.
So that wasn't his entry, but he didn't know how to clean quite well. So that's what I personally did.
Okay, I was trying to figure out. She said the baseboards. I was like, okay, let's
Yeah, the baseboards. I think that he probably looked at you and say, hey, she's like, I never had a girl really came in and just, really took over and cared.
Yeah.
giving,
Maybe, I don't
service.
know.
Yeah.
Love language,
And different, and that's my personal love language. I'm a giver, I'm not really a huggy kind of person.
affection.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, it's hot in the summer, it's cold in the winter. Like the feet on me at night.
Oh, you don't like that.
You rubbing my leg with your
Wow.
feet. No.
So like, don't touch me.
I mean, you can touch me, but those little toes,
Yeah.
you know how they rub, ooh.
I like the affection.
The feet in
Me
your,
too.
see,
I
get the feet is kind of like scary.
imagine a foot in your fat roll.
Oh
Yeah. It's nothing like a toenail in your jelly roll. That is not
Oh my
nice.
Not the toenail.
Yes, in your
Right.
jelly roll.
Oh,
Okay, so we're gonna dig into the business. We want to get to the bottom
we
of
want
it.
to know.
We wanna
Okay.
know. So, where did y'all meet?
We actually met at work. I can't disclose where we worked at the time.
Okay.
Okay.
But we worked together, and I would see him, and I was like, I'm ill. Initially, I was like, oh.
You didn't like him.
No, his first impression of me, he told me recently, I was eating some meatballs because it was a party at work.
Okay.
And I was eating, he said, when I saw you eating those meatballs, I just knew I had to marry you. So I don't know how I was eating the meatballs. I don't even.
That's what they say.
He
You
was
know,
really
you don't
like,
like
What
me.
was you doing?
I don't know. I must have been tearing them meatballs up, baby. Them must have been I don't know. I'm like, what? He was like, man, when you would eat them meatballs. And I said, oh, okay. I have no idea what I was doing to them meatballs, but it must have been something serious.
Yeah, that's what
Oh
they say.
my God.
They know right away.
when he first met me,
Yeah.
meatballs.
Yeah, they do say that when they immediately meet you, they know what category they're gonna put you in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I heard of that too. So tell us, let me see, what questions do we have for you? First date, it took how long? Like, how long before y'all went on the first date?
Well, like I said, we first met at work, and I really wasn't feeling him at the time because I was truly into the look of what I thought a guy should be. So, I had a certain look. Like, you had to have the car, the this, the da-da-da-da-da.
Yes.
So, I was the VIP girl. Like, if I wasn't in VIP with bottles and people knew me before I got there, I didn't want anything to do with
Right.
this. But my husband now was really, like, low-key. And I'm like, okay, it's low-key. So, I threw a whammy out there. I said, I was on my phone booking trips.
Yeah.
And I didn't know him at the time, and he really didn't know me. I said, let's go to DR. I just threw it out there. Let's go to DR.
yeah.
And he said, okay.
And you're like,
well,
oh, for real?
Then he gave me his card, and we're still just cool. We're cool.
Right,
yeah.
Gave me his card. We booked the trip to DR. We went to DR, and I'm like, wait a minute now.
Oh, it was like, pay for my trip, we going to
Yeah,
DR.
we going to DR.
Oh.
Like, he was like, here, book it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Whoa.
oh, we going to
So
DR.
did he give you any signs that he liked you before that?
He would linger around. But it was
Oh.
never like, I truly like you. But even then, the trip to DR, we were going as mutual friends.
Okay.
So we booked the trip, but it was maybe 3 months out from the date in which we were departure. So during that 3 months is, I think, when he started courting me.
Okay.
So
okay.
prior to officially going to DR, he did ask me to be his girlfriend.
Oh, he's like, you know what?
Okay,
I need to
okay,
get
okay,
some
okay.
when we go to DR.
I think that's what it was. Like,
That's the oldest trick in the book.
it is.
Go out of town with me.
He was like, oh, come on. And then you thinking in your mind, we're not even together. Before I leave, I'm just let you know this is how it's going to be. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to get in your business. And, if I go too far, just let me know.
Okay. I was like, oh, no, Michelle.
From you met to when y'all started dating to when y'all have sex, how long was that?
Right.
Believe it or not, I have really bad memory. But if the trip to DR was 3 months out,
Yeah.
it had to be at the 3 months because I do remember I think maybe DR was the first time we actually had sex, so it was 3 months.
Okay.
Wow.
We were in DR, so that's different. It ain't local pussy. It's international pussy. That's kind of different. It wasn't like 3 months and we still playing that, Golden Glide skating ring. No, it's like we in DR.
Right.
We have a suite. At this point, it's like, and then they have more water to drink there too. It's like, yeah.
So he asked you to be the girlfriend before you go to DR.
Correct. So,
Okay.
yeah, he asked me to be his girlfriend. I believe it was like Halloween, around the Halloween time.
So it was 3 months. You guys are just cooling it.
We went, the first day in the States, we went to Stone Mountain, and I'm not an outdoor person. I don't do
You
that.
not adventurous?
No, I don't do that. That
I like
sun.
hiking.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll be adventurous.
No. I don't need no sun. So we went to Stone Mountain, and it was so bizarre because I had to call my friend at the time who is adventurous and workout and things like that. I said, do you have workout clothes? Because he wants me to go outside. So I literally borrowed leggings to go on a date with him because that was just not my forte. I had dresses, I had heels, I had outside. And I almost didn't go because it was like, what I need to do outside? Outside never wanted to be.
Yeah, I get it.
So we went there, and it was actually fun. We hiked. I almost died, but I'm like, this is different, because I was so used to dating the same type of guy. I was stuck in my ways, and I knew that was the right way to be because I was having fun.
Yeah.
Right.
So for years I was having fun, and I never saw the void because the guys I dated we both not go outside. They didn't go outside. We didn't go outside together. We went outside to get in the car.
Right.
And I mean,
No, I really understood.
so yeah, that was different.
Yeah, I understand that. I think it clicked now. It's time and time again. I keep hearing the same thing. You gotta change your type of guy.
If it's not working, if the type of guy you're dating is working, you stay with that type. However, every now and again you need to change up because my husband, in my mind, 10 years ago, if you told me who my husband would be, I'd be like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Submissive, cleaning.
I know.
Now, I wake up, I'm like, okay, well, let me clean, and I'm just like, who are you? Who raised you? You know, but everybody has a chapter. And I think in my early 20s, my chapter was going out.
Right.
I enjoyed it. I was happy. So what I can say is I've never dated a guy that didn't make me happy.
Right.
So that's been the same pattern, but I didn't date the type of guy I date now. Which is good too, because when you're young, you date a lot of people. A lot of people. So I would say date people in different fields and different genders with different, backgrounds and nationalities.
Yeah.
Because you could truly be eliminating yourself from your soulmate simply because of their religion, or because you think, oh, I never can date somebody of this religion. Then you date them and they're cool with you being whatever you are, you're cool with them being whatever they are, and then you realize you have so many similarities.
Right.
But other than that, your grandma always told you if he's not like I was told, tall, dark, and handsome.
Right.
So
exactly.
if you in that box, you could truly be missing out on someone, because I'm telling you that outdoor adventure.
You just enjoy it?
It was okay.
Yeah.
But to this day, like now 5 years later, he already know we ain't going outside. No. We can take our son outside, but I'm not going. Like they out there right now. They outside.
He likes outside.
Yeah.
What is his sign?
Outdoorish.
Okay. And your sign?
Earth.
Earth, I don't know. What is the sign for December?
What's his birthday?
He might be a Sag.
December the 19th. Why you ask me that on camera? Like I know good dates. Sagittarius.
Oh my gosh! Wow! Congratulations!
Yeah.
5 years. So
wow.
Yeah.
You have a lot to tell us.
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I figured, let's get someone who's experienced,
Yeah.
who's already married.
Okay.
So, Amelia, did you cook and clean?
Right. Like, how'd you get this ring?
So, yes, like I said, we've been married 5 years, and 5 years is a long time, especially now. Everybody is like 2 years and out, 1 month and out. 5 years is a lot. I started off cleaning baseboards. Yeah, like.
What do you mean?
Like the baseboard.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
like with a toothbrush, because when I first met my husband,
Okay.
he was a bachelor. And his house was really dirty.
Okay.
So I saw a need and I fulfilled it. And so
Right.
every bachelor, in my opinion, has a need. And a guy will never want you unless he needs you. If you start fulfilling needs that are already there, like sex, like most bachelors are getting sex.
Yeah.
So that's really not a need. So when I went to his home, I said, how can I help you? And I looked and I said, oh my God. Look at all that dirt. I said, gotcha. So that was kind of my way in. You know how most people say, like a key to a man's heart is food. But he knew how to cook.
Oh.
So that wasn't his entry, but he didn't know how to clean quite well. So that's what I personally did.
Okay, I was trying to figure out. She said the baseboards. I thought, okay, what's
Yeah, the baseboards. I think that he probably looked at you and said, "Hey, she's like, I never had a girl really came in and just, really took over and cared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
giving,
Maybe, I don't know.
Love language,
And different, and that's my personal love language. I'm a giver. I'm not really a huggy kind of person.
Affection.
Yeah, I be like, oh, it's hot in the summer, it's cold in the winter. You know, like the feet on me at night.
Oh, you don't like that?
You rubbing my leg with your feet.
Wow.
No.
So like, don't touch me.
I mean, you can touch me, but those little toes,
Yeah.
you know how they rub, they like, ooh.
I like the affection.
The feet in
Me
your,
too.
see,
I get the feet is kind of like scary.
imagine a foot in your fat roll.
Oh
Yeah. It's nothing like a toenail in your jelly roll. That is not nice.
Like the toenail.
Yes, in your jelly roll.
Oh.
Okay, so we're gonna dig into the business. We want to
Yeah.
get to the bottom.
We wanna know.
We want to
Okay.
know. So, where did y'all meet?
We actually met at work. I can't disclose where we worked at the time.
Okay.
But we worked together, and I would see him, and I was like, I'm ill. Initially, I was like, oh.
You didn't like him.
No, his first impression of me, he told me recently, I was eating some meatballs because it was a party at work.
Okay.
And I was eating, he said, when I saw you eating those meatballs, I just knew I had to marry you. So I don't know how I was eating meatballs. I don't even.
That's what they say.
He
What
was you doing?
I don't know. I must have been tearing them meatballs up, baby. Them must have been. I don't know. I'm like, what? He was like, man, when you would eat them meatballs. And I said, oh, okay. I have no idea what I was doing to them meatballs, but it must have been something serious.
Yeah, that's what they say. They
It'd be
know
one
right
moment.
away.
Mm-hmm. When he first met me.
Yeah.
Meatballs.
Yeah, they do say that when they immediately meet you, they know what category they're gonna put you in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I heard of that too. So tell us, let me see, what questions do we have for you? First date, it took how long? Like, how long before y'all went on the first date?
Well, like I said, we first met at work, and I really wasn't feeling him at the time because I was truly into the look of what I thought a guy should be. So, yeah, I had a certain look. Like, you had to have the car, the this, the da-da-da-da-da. I was the VIP girl. Like, if I wasn't in VIP with bottles and people knew me before I got there, I didn't want anything to do with it. But my husband now was really, like, low-key. And I'm like, okay, it's low-key. So I threw a whammy out there. I said, I was on my phone booking trips.
Yeah.
And I didn't know him at the time, and he really didn't know me. I said, let's go to DR. I just threw it out there. Let's go to DR.
yeah.
And he said, okay.
And you're like,
well,
oh, for real?
Then he gave me his card, and we're still just cool. We're coworkers.
Yeah.
Gave me his card. We booked a trip to DR. We went to DR, and I'm like, wait a minute now.
Oh, it was like, pay for my trip. We going to
We
DR.
going to DR.
Oh.
Like he was like, here, book it. I'm like,
Yeah.
Whoa.
oh, we going to DR.
So did he give you any signs that he liked you before that?
He would linger around. But it was never like, I truly like you. But even then, the trip to DR, we were going as mutual friends.
Okay.
So we booked the trip, but it was maybe 3 months out from the date in which we were departure. So during that 3 months is, I think, when he started courting me.
Okay.
So prior to officially going to DR, he did ask me to be his girlfriend.
Oh, he's like, you know what? I need to get some when we go to DR.
That's what it was. It's like,
That's the oldest trick in the book.
it is.
Go out of town with me.
Yeah, he was like, oh, come on. And then you thinking in your mind, we're not even together. Before I leave, I'm going to let you know this is how it's going to be. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to get in your business. And, you know, if I go too far, just let me know.
Okay. I'm like, oh, no, Michelle.
From you met to when you all started dating to when y'all have sex, how long was that?
Right.
Believe it or not, I have really bad memory. But if the trip to DR was 3 months out,
Yeah.
it had to be at the 3 months because I do remember I think maybe DR was the first time we actually had sex, so it was 3 months.
Okay. Oh, wow.
We were in DR, so that's different. You know, it ain't local pussy.
Right.
It's international pussy. It's kind of different. months and we still playing that, you know, Golden Glide skating ring. No, it's like we in the yard.
Right. Right.
You know, we have a suite. At this point, it's like, you know, and then they have more water drink there too. It's like, yeah.
So he asked you to be the girlfriend before you go to DR.
Correct. So, yeah, he asked me to be his girlfriend. I believe it was like Halloween, around the Halloween time.
So it was 3 months. You guys are just cooling it.
We went, the first day in the States, we went to Stone Mountain, and I'm not an outdoor person. I don't do
You
that.
not adventurous?
Yeah, I don't do that.
I like hiking. I'm doing it. I'll be adventurous.
No, I don't need no sun. So we went to Stone Mountain, and it was so bizarre because I had to call my friend at the time who is adventurous and workout and things like that. I said, do you have workout clothes? Because he wants me to go outside. So I literally borrowed leggings to go on a date with him because that was just not my forte. I had dresses, I had heels, I had outside. And I almost didn't go because it was like, what I need to do outside? Outside never going for me.
Yeah, I did it.
So we went there, and it was actually fun. We hiked. I almost died, but I'm like, this is different, you know, because I was so used to dating the same type of guys. I was stuck in my ways, and I knew that was the right way to be because I was having fun.
Yeah, right.
So for years I was having fun and I never saw the void. Because the guys I dated, we both not go outside. They didn't go outside. We didn't go outside together. We went outside to get in the car.
Right.
And you know, I mean.
No, I truly understood.
So yeah, that was different.
Yeah, I understand that. I think it clicked now. It's time and time again, I keep hearing the same thing. You gotta change your type of guy.
If it's not working. If the type of guy you're dating is working, you stay with that type. However, every now and again you need to change up because my husband, in my mind, 10 years ago, if you told me who my husband would be, I'd be like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Submissive, cleaning.
I know.
Now, I wake up, I'm like, okay, well, clean, and I'm just like, who are you? Who raised you? You know, but everybody has a chapter. And I think in my early 20s, my chapter was going out.
Right.
I enjoyed it. I was happy. So what I can say is I've never dated a guy that didn't make me happy.
Right.
So that's been the same pattern, but I didn't date the type of guy I date now. Which is good too, because when you're young, you date a lot of people. A lot of people.
Serial dating.
So I would say date people in different fields and different genders with different, you know, backgrounds and nationalities. Yeah. Because you could truly be eliminating yourself from your soulmate simply because of their religion, or because you think, oh, I never can date somebody of this religion. Then you date them and they're cool with you being whatever you are, you're cool with them being whatever they are, and then you realize you have so many similarities.
Right.
But other than that, your grandma always told you if he's not like I was told, tall, dark, and handsome.
Right.
So
exactly,
if you in that box, you could truly be missing out on someone, because I'm telling you that outdoor adventure. You didn't
enjoy it?
It was okay.
Yeah.
But to this day, like now 5 years later, he already know we ain't going outside. No.
I have a lot of Virgos in my life.
Yeah.
Virgos, we're different. We require a lot, but we'll give ourselves to the world. Like we will give, and sometimes we left depleted. And I think that goes into marriages as well. You can give sometimes, and you'll be left with nothing. So you gotta be mindful of not overdoing it.
Yeah.
I know that way.
See, I've done that like in majority of all my relationships. I will be the one that's giving the most.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that backfired so much to the point that I'm now like, okay, I gotta choose somebody different that can appreciate all that I can give and feed and fill up my cup sometimes. You know?
Yeah.
I need to be filled up too.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
And you have to know what you want in your cup as well.
Yeah.
And I think over time I've learned that. And that's, you know, spiritually, sexually, financially, you gotta know what you want. You can't say I need you to pay all my bills, but then they give you the money to pay the bill. Say I need a man to pay my bills.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
well he'll put $10,000 on the table.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you know how to handle your finances? So you know what I'm saying? So your cup may not only need money, but it needs financial stability and help. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta kind of know what you need in your cup
Right.
to be fulfilled. Cause like you can say, oh, I want somebody sexual. I need, you know, my sexual need fulfilled. However, you may not be able to reach an orgasm.
With that person? I don't know if that's gonna work.
And that's what I'm saying. But do you know how to tell a person how to give you an orgasm? Because if not, it's really hard for you to say, fill my cup sexually. And they're like, okay, well, here goes some dick. And then you're like, well, I need da-da-da-da-da-da. You got to know those things in order for somebody to fill your cup. It's like going to McDonald's and saying, I'm hungry. What do you want? Number one. Number two, I don't know. You want chicken? You want a burger? I don't know. But I know I'm hungry. You get what I'm saying? When you get to the restaurant, you have to know your order.
Yeah.
You got to know your allergies. McDonald's don't know if you're allergic to pickles.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So in order to have somebody to fulfill your needs, you have to know those needs in order to talk to them and tell them what you need. Because if not, it's a tug of war.
I beg to differ on that because I've been in a relationship that I was not getting satisfied. Like my needs was not being met. But I don't base relationships on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bonus for me.
Okay.
If I get that.
Oh, see,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
what she compromising
But-
big time.
I mean,
that's
compromise. Do I let him know? No, I don't.
You don't say anything?
You just keep quiet.
No, because I already know.
You better than me.
You just sit there in silence?
You fake it.
Girl, oh no.
You do not fake it.
You fake it. We gonna call you fake Michelle.
See, I can't pretend. I'm sorry. I don't even have to
You gonna sit there and say, hey, I didn't come? You gonna say I didn't come?
I might not say it right now.
Okay, alright, thank you.
I may not say it, but I'm gonna walk away. I'm gonna snatch up. Get my underwear. Turn on.
Give me my purse. Let's go.
Turn on the lights.
But no, I'll probably say like, let's try this, or let's try this.
What if he came already? He's no
Well, no, next time, nigga. Let's try it like this.
That's when you start saying, hold on 1 second. Can you try this?
Right? Do
How about this?
Sip this. Take this pill.
we gotta put
But you don't, but Michelle, you don't just up and walk away, do you?
No, I don't say anything.
You just smile.
And I just act. You know, I'm an actress, so yeah. But
I don't have the energy to act out bad.
But-
That just no.
I mean, you have faked it too. You just said it. You just
No, I
said it.
didn't. I didn't say I faked it. I said I may not tell them directly, like, oh, I didn't come and this is what we gotta do.
That's faking it.
Let's write it all out. Like, no, I will tell them, hey, can we try this next time? Or I ain't never had no problems like that. So, thank God.
We had a whole show saying that she had problems like that. So
No, okay, so that
go
was
to the
different.
first seasons, guys. The first season.
So let me tell you, that was different. It was just what you said. I didn't know how to make myself come. So I didn't know. So once I learned how to make myself come, then I knew, okay, cool. This is how I know I come now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the first season, I wasn't coming then.
She doesn't know how to come then.
Yeah.
She didn't know what that was.
So now that she's able to fulfill her own cup,
Right.
now she ain't handle it. She's not gonna accept her cup half full anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's like
If I'm giving you the manual, you
Achieve
need
that.
to read the directions
Right.
and figure it out.
right.
Right there.
And to touch on what you just said, I think that's why I took the time out to really learn myself and love myself and figure out what I wanted and figure out all those things, because if I don't know what I want, then I don't know what I'm out there looking for or what I'm willing to accept.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I think that is important to know what you love and what you want, and you know, even do that for yourself. Date yourself, love yourself, make yourself come. You know.
I mean, I
Figure it
have to
out.
admit that I'm changing the type of guy that I normally like. I was the turn up guy too. Like, oh my God, yes, the turn up guy is on me. But now I'm kind of changing it. Yeah, I am changing a little by little. Give me time, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to like kind of turn down the flashy turned up guys, or like the guys that have, you know, all of this going on, and you know, the athletes and stuff like that. It's hard to turn them down, but once you think about all the times,
their bodies.
oh my God.
I always just been friends with athletes, so
it's hard to turn them down, but once I think about like, okay, I'm not saying I'm just gonna turn them all down, because not everybody is the same.
Right.
I'm just not gonna, you know, stereotype just athletes or just, you know, anybody. It's just how you coming. Are you treating me with, you know, respect? Are you being gentleman? Are you being loyal to me? What do you want? Do you want to be a provider? Do you want to be a husband? Do you want to be a family man? Are you family oriented? Like, what are you bringing to the table? You know, those things are more important than just the flashy car.
and you have to get to that point.
What made you say, this is my guy, I think this guy, and I don't think I like those other guys anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't like that type anymore.
Well, I don't think you ever stop liking.
That type.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just realize
That type
important?
of
yeah,
guy.
because not only that
To
though.
you.
Yeah, what chapter do you foresee yourself in? It's almost like an investment.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can choose to date the fun guy forever, but you can also choose
The
to
fun guy.
hang out. Fun guy.
guy.
The fun guys are fun. They are fun. They would never not be fun. They're gonna
Right.
always be around, but they're gonna forever be the fun guy.
Yeah.
It's rare fun guys metamorphose to the stable young cool guy. And if they do, it's rare. Like Ludacris, he was a fun guy.
Yeah.
Now when you see him, he's like Christopher
Humble.
Bridges. Chris Bridges. What's his name? Chris Bridges.
forgot his
Yeah, him. He's a whole different guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when you make a guy change who they truly are within themselves, it's an underlying tone of unhappiness. You get what I'm saying? Versus, because like me, I'm a fun girl and I never had to change that about me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So I got
Okay.
a guy who wasn't the fun guy. He was always the stable, you know, that's just him. So it wasn't like me saying, stop doing this, stop doing that, da 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 da. He was already that person versus trying to find a fun guy and making him
And
somebody.
making him change.
He's not,
You can't change him.
he's not that person.
You can't
But
change
he
him.
can grow and change, but a lot of times when they grow and change, you don't be the person to last through the change. You're the fun girl, but you're not the wife. Because when they change,
You're not wife material.
you get what
You're just the fun girl.
You're the fun girl.
You're just
The
the fun
fun boy goes with the fun girl. They don't go find wives. They wife ain't in the club.
Right.
And then you see them with their wife, you how you with her?
Right, because she be the plain Jane girl.
The plain
You be
Jane
like,
girl.
oh my God, she's so plain.
She's
like,
chilling.
what the
Because
hell?
he's now trying to
Change.
change his way. You get what I'm saying? And him choosing to change is different from you making him
Him
change.
change. He has to
Yeah.
want it.
He has to
He
want to
has to
be there.
say, I no
He
longer
has to
want to
be
be
there.
the fun guy. If I want to have a fun night, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But being the fun guy is just not the way in which I want to go.
Right.
Kind of like us. We
Right.
were the fun girl.
Right.
I was the fun girl.
Right.
Honey, you missed it. Who that I was. But that's what Shell about the back of the
I already
day.
know.
But
We came from the last
I tried, because of that though, I decided to, you know, not change completely who I am, but I want different things in life right now.
Yeah.
So I didn't go find a guy to make him come to where I'm at. I got somebody already where I wanted them to be.
Right. Somebody
So
that's
it's
already at where I'm
It's
trying to
not
go.
a battle, yeah.
I'm trying to go over here.
You get
he already over
somebody
here.
in the club.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go get married and have a kid. And da-da. He's like,
What the
cool.
Right.
But maybe a year from that point, he may say within his own self, I want to da-da.
I'm done with this.
Yeah.
And you ain't forcing him to do it. And you don't want to be the girlfriend
Oh
that
my God.
forcing. And then now is, oh, that's my ex. She crazy. She this, that,
made
and the third.
me.
She made
you
me.
made me
Then you
marry
think
you.
they-
You
oh,
wanted the
yeah.
one. You was the one who wanted to get married.
Then they leave you and go with the
I
girl.
tell you, my girlfriends always tell me you gotta change the type of man you like.
Yeah.
If you don't change the type of like those guys you like, Michelle, is everybody like them. And all the girls like those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you need to change to somebody who nobody's paying attention to. Nobody's even trying to, you know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say make the completely. Not, I wouldn't say seek the lame guy.
Right,
Seek
yeah.
somebody that's compatible.
I don't know. I think I'm swinging towards Lane right now.
But you don't want
Give me the D.
No,
Give me that
then you gonna
not
be
lame.
because then you gonna be bored. You gonna be like.
Maybe I can make him fun. I don't know.
Not lame. I think you mean like someone that is stable.
I want
And I
somebody-
think that psychologically we think that that's
Lame.
lame.
Well, it's
But
no,
it's
no,
not.
that's not lame. I mean,
No? Okay.
I mean, she used the word lame, so I just said lame. But I'm just saying not lame. But you know, somebody that's like a super smart. I would probably go
Nerdy?
with that. Yeah, nerdy. Like
Mhm.
I would probably want nerdy. Yeah, I think
Okay.
I'm going towards nerdy, but nerdy with swag.
See? The swag. Gotta have the swag.
You know,
And
I mean,
with
girlfriend said you
swag
can fix
come
that, Michelle.
player.
You can swag him out. You can swag
With
him out.
swag
You
come
know,
player.
It does come player, isn't it? Oh my God. But
Just
it's in New York.
accept him.
And I gotta have to swag.
Accept him for who he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you can have all the swag. That's just like Sierra and Russell.
Yes, and look at them like that's like my husband. He don't care about clothes, shoes.
He don't care.
He don't care.
He don't
He
care.
truly will walk around with Skechers on.
Yeah.
I say, what are those? We're not doing that. But in his mind, he's like, they're comfortable.
Right.
One may see it lame, but in his mind, it's like, it's a comfortable shoe. Like, I can afford.
You're not trying to impress.
Yeah, I can
You don't
afford, you know, high-end shoes. He
Yeah.
just choose not to wear them. He just thinks they're not
Comfortable,
comfortable.
and they're
So
not.
he refuses to wear high-end shoes because he hasn't found any that are comfortable for his shoe size.
Right.
So to me, thinking, you know, bad, like, oh man, he don't have on the this, that, and the third
Right.
brands. It's just like, I'm tall. I'm not going to wear these European cut clothes because
Right.
they don't fit me properly.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just saw him, you're like, oh, why don't he have on these, that, and the third? It's just like, it's personal preference.
That's why they're not looking at him because he's not swagged up. And these girls are
Yeah.
looking for swagged up guys.
That's true.
And that's my issue that I need to change. I need to, and you know what?
So
I
you're
really
saying
find
don't
that-
change what she's looking for.
No, I'm saying I don't really care. I like the plain t-shirts. You can have on
Yeah.
a plain t-shirt, plain whole situation because to be
Yeah.
honest, I would rather hide what we got going on because I'm not trying to get robbed out here in these streets. And I just like to, even my parents, they raised me to not, you know, show your money and flashy and all that stuff. So I'm cool with the plain Jane guy.
I mean, I'm not talking jewelry.
No, I'm talking about clothes, all that. I'm good with the plain
I mean,
Jane
I like to
outfit.
be dressed and,
Yeah.
you know, have it nice, neatly together. But you know what? If I have dated people who didn't have swag,
Mm-hmm.
I did it. So it's not like I have to have it, but it's a bonus.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I don't care.
But I'm going with the nerd. I'm going with the nerds.
Yeah, I'm at this point now, like, look, if you come in, you gotta come all the way correct. I'm just
Yeah.
like, I'm not tripping. I mean, I've dated guys that, you know, weren't all that, you know, handsome in appearance. It's the way you treat me. Are you
Mhm.
charming? You know, do you really treat me good? You know, so.
Yeah,
that's all
that's
we
true.
want.
You still have to look at appearance. And if, depending on where you want that man to go. You like if you're looking for someone now, I always use the term breed, but I know breed is for animals, so we're gonna say mate. Okay, mate.
Yeah,
Right.
But if you're looking
yeah.
for a spouse that's gonna be potentially the father of your children,
Right.
Yeah.
Me, I mean, it is probably wrong to say, But I personally wouldn't get somebody just super ugly to
Well,
marry
yeah,
and potentially have an ugly
that.
kid.
I'm just like
I don't think
going
my
after the
genes-
ugly guys.
Yeah, I don't. Now, if I'm just going after to date them, I wouldn't eliminate anybody. But if I'm going after a spouse, like I need to know if you got a crazy auntie or
Oh yeah, you gotta
you
know
know
the family.
diabetes underlying. You know, I just like to.
You gotta pick the family.
You gotta kind of know
Now,
long term.
you right about the family thing. I definitely got to check out the family.
Yes, and not at a barbecue. You gotta. Cause they different at a barbecue. At the barbecue, everybody cool at the barbecue. Come on, baby. You gotta get them when it's like. Get them at like a graduation. Go to those kind of functions where they can show their true selves. But at a barbecue, where everybody tipsy and you know everybody's nice and loving, get them in a stressful situation.
Yeah.
Like graduation where they're at a school and there's no alcohol and you can really see who's doing what. Who's walking up steps fast, who not. That's how y'all look at them. When the third person, you know, the estranged cousins show up to the graduation.
Right.
And they weren't expecting them to come and they spill all the beans.
Yeah,
They
like
know
the
not
loud one.
that one. They know not to invite that one to the barbecue. But the graduation is fair game. Everybody comes. So yeah. So when you looking for them, I would say look for a mate by going to the graduation and meet the family.
Yeah, the family.
Family is important.
So when did you know he was the one?
Oh, let's see. I think I truly knew he was the one after we got married and different things that he started to do.
Afterwards.
Yeah.
What? You walked down the aisle with this man?
No, I knew he was my husband.
Okay.
And I knew I loved him, but I didn't think that, well, I knew, like, it's different. So I knew he was a good husband. I knew I was going to marry him.
He was
we were going to
capable.
be,
He was everything
a
on paper.
husband. He
Yeah,
was
right.
a husband.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, what you said was the question?
How did you know he was the one?
He was the one.
How did you know? Okay,
It wasn't-
you had many options.
You
And
do.
You had, you know.
And I personally didn't think that he was the one until after we got married and different things started to transpire that is no way I could have handled by myself. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody is potentially the one. I met a lot of the ones while dating.
Right.
And you can, in your brain, foresee how they're going to act as a husband. You can say, oh, he's the one. I literally met a guy at my other job, and I'm like, oh my God, he's the one.
Yeah.
You don't know if they're to one until they're put in that situation. You don't know how reliable your airbag is until it has to be an airbag.
Yeah.
So I didn't know he was the one as a perfect husband until after we were married, and he had to be the husband. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So then it's like, oh, that's why people get married. You get what I'm saying? When
Right.
because before
Why do
that,
people get married?
love,
Okay.
and it's the thing to do. Love, you love the person. You're in your mind thinking they're going to do this, they're going to do that. All those are dreams until it's reality.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. You don't know how they're going to be with kids if you don't have kids with them.
Right.
You don't know how they're going to show affection. You're like, oh, well, you're just dating, and your boyfriend is not your husband.
Yeah.
So when they date you, oh, he bought the flowers, we went here, we went there. That's dating. You get what I'm saying? But when they're a husband, you won't know they're a good husband until it's time for them to show their husband card, and then you're like, oh, you're a good husband. I think that's why people ultimately get a divorce, because when it's time for them to show their true colors, they're not able to step up to par. And in your mind, you thought they were the one, but they're not.
Yeah.
So I didn't find out till, I would say, when I think one moment was when we were pregnant, when my first born with Drew. So I knew then, I'm like, oh, okay, this is husband material. But then it was when I went into the hospital and he had to like step up and be my advocate and speak for me and sign documents and do this, that, and the third. And then it's like, I'm like, oh, you get what I'm saying? And then I was like, oh.
He got your back.
Yeah, so that's the difference between a husband, because flowers can't sign documentation for you if you're not able to sign it for yourself and make decisions for the household.
Right.
So yeah, I think that's the difference. But I didn't know.
So I want to know, let's go back to before you got married, because this is what this show is about.
Marriage.
Before you got married, so what are the things that you did in the relationship? It cooked the clean the baseboards, but that wasn't it all. That wasn't all.
In dating, I didn't go 50-50, but sometimes I paid.
Okay.
So I wasn't a 50-50 person because it's like, that's stupid. It's
Right.
50-50,
Right.
that's stupid. However, after a few dates of him paying, I then booked a date and paid.
Okay.
And that wasn't a problem for me because it's like, we met on the same playing field. We were both at work.
Mm-hmm.
So you're obviously not a millionaire because I'm not a millionaire. We work at the same place.
Right.
So with that being said, I can't hold you responsible for paying for 10 days.
Right.
And we make the same amount of money.
Right.
Even if they were a baller, I would still maybe put 8 in the hole before I paid for one. Now my one may not equal 7 of the dates they paid for, but it's something to show like, look, I'm trying. Or they may not even make you pay, just try to pull it out. Or book it so that it's paid for when you get there. So say, hey babe, let's go ice skating. Mm-hmm. When they get there, you already have paid, so it's not I got it.
Right.
Little things like that I think is so important because now women feel like everything should just be totally given to them. And guys, speaking for guys, I'm not a guy, but they're tired. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Guys they got the same bills like us. I'm not saying you need to wine and dine a guy because I think that's a reverse. Whether you're homosexual or heterosexual, both parties got to give something.
Right.
One may give more than the other, but you got to put something on the table.
Okay, I got a question because you said something that made a point. You said that because y'all worked at the same place, so when you dated in the world,
Mm-hmm.
and you dated the turn-up guy,
The rich guy.
guy, was you doing that?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. So for example, one of my friends, put it out there, one of my exes, very, 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 very wealthy. However, I knew little small things like, for him it wasn't dates per se, because he was a person, as a matter of fact, when we get there it's done, so it was hard to do that with him. Mm-hmm. But I would go get food and I would pay, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll know, okay, well he may get off late, so let me go and pre-order his favorite dish.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, you didn't have to do that. Of course it was always, you didn't have to do that.
Right.
So I still would, even my small little check, I would take something to get them something. Or I would get like a little small gift, like a pen with their name on it. Mm-hmm. Something so minor. A person who has something meaningful. If they like, Egyptian stuff, and you're out somewhere, some small, like the most insignificant thing could mean the most when somebody has it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my thing is, I will cook for you. If I cook for you, you're really important to me because I never cook for anyone. Mm-hmm. And I did that for someone and they just didn't appreciate it because they was asking me why I never took them out to eat. And I'm looking like, I cooked for you.
That person just built different.
I was looking like, they were comparing me to people who took them out to eat and I'm looking like
I cook.
Like I went to the grocery store. I put groceries in and I paid for groceries and came home and made a meal.
Yeah.
Like that was big for me.
And then your energy.
That really just.
And sometimes everybody's not for everybody.
They just not.
People don't appreciate the stuff you do that is out of your norm.
Right.
Man, no, they just not for you.
Right. Yeah. Right.
They're not.
What about you?
I've done that.
What's that?
Recently, well, I do the cooking. I did that,
okay.
In my relationships and stuff like that. And, it was taken for granted. I just think it depends on the person and,
maybe it's the generation. I don't know.
Even with someone that was wealthy, majority of all the guys I've dated have been wealthy, so that's why I'm trying to I don't know, I just need to go for something different now.
I would never say don't date wealth.
No, I'm not saying now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying
don't you go find somebody broke now.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the turned up guy that's always in the club with the wealth. That's not the guy I'm trying to go for anymore. I'm trying to go for the guy that be at home and really trying to, get to this money and family.
Family person.
Family oriented. We build businesses together, build a legacy together.
Right.
Build together. Like, I never built with some people because I was just like, you're just too much out there and in the club.
Yeah.
And you didn't show much interest with me, so why am I trying to build with you? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, like, back to your question, I did that, like, with someone that was wealthy, and I did something meaningful. I blew up, like, this big picture of them on a canvas. It was, like, they made, like, the Hall of Fame, like, a history type thing. And I did that, and he was, like, so surprised. He was like, oh, wow, like, can you did this for me? Like, I did those things, and it's just kind of like he was meant for someone else, though. So it's like you do all those special things, but it's like I always do it out the kindness of my heart. If I really care about you, I'm gonna do something that that means something to you, even if we might not be together forever.
Right. I mean,
so
that's true. I've done a lot for a lot of people, and I feel like I just prepped you for someone else.
Right.
You do a lot of prepping. Women do a lot of prep. You don't think because I am married that I didn't do the prepping. I done prepped probably 10 people husbands.
What?
Yeah.
I prepped them. Like, I done saw you from the bottom.
Yeah.
Got you to here.
It's the work that you put
and you
in
put so
that
much.
gets me though.
And you be tired.
And you be like, damn, work. I put in work with you, son.
Never give up. Because you don't know when that one small thing you do pays off in the long run. But other than that, you don't feel like a prepper. And
but I'm not really tripping about the ring, but I am tripping about love. Like, I want love. Like, I don't have to have the ring, but I want somebody to love me equally or more than I love them. Like, I need that. And that's somebody I'm so in love with. That's I want love and somebody that's not selfish. Like, my last relationship, they were so selfish
I want my
to
love.
me.
And I want my loyalty.
No, I just want love and loyalty. And loyalty and good to me, like not selfish. Like, my last relationship, they was selfish. Like, not selfish, just include me. Like, I'm a part of you. I'm in your world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I don't have to have the ring. Like, long as you give me that, and we 100, and we might live together.
She already had the ring. She had the wedding.
I've been married.
She been married.
Right. Put that on the record.
Right.
She's already had the ring, so she's biased. So
had the wedding, the baby shower, had everything.
10 years.
Had a man to take care of her for 10 years. Yeah. I want to experience that.
And he was the turn up, Sonny.
See,
and he had the money. He was everything in one. He was everything you ever needed in a man. Like, the money, just everything, just your best friend, like, always together, like, you know what I'm saying?
And that was my daddy.
Yeah.
That's my daddy.
Lucky man.
My daddy.
I would never have a child again. No, but I had a job from him, so he has to be lucky, right?
Yeah, so that's why she said that, but I want all of that. I want everything.
She wants the man coming on the white horse, Prince Charming.
I'm not saying that.
The white picket fence. Guess she wants the man coming on the white horse, Prince Charming.
I'm not saying that.
The white picket fence. Guess what? It's not out here, okay? It's not out
Don't
here.
say that.
It is.
you just gotta.
Thank you.
The white picket fence, the white horse, it's out there. It's out there. You just have to find it and weed through people and not. I don't know. Look at Alicia Keys. Not saying what I said. Look at Alicia Keys. She found her man on the white horse. It just happened to be somebody else.
It's Alicia.
It just happened to be somebody else.
To me, she laid it down. So
what?
Yeah,
she did. You don't know who he is.
She did. I know him. I know Swiss, but it's she dated down. She did.
I don't think so.
It's Alicia. Alicia is the shit. What are you talking about?
I don't think so.
Yes, she is.
I think she dated right perfectly where she's supposed to be.
No, she didn't.
I don't know.
It worked for them.
It
so,
worked.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, I definitely agree with what you're saying.
It's coming. It's just, it may not be your time and season.
Yeah.
And
no, I think that changes within makes if he's not ready, he's over there changing himself.
Yeah.
You're over here changing
You
yourself.
never know what might be going on with him.
Then the energies connect. Then you will, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cause maybe he got some maturing to do somewhere. I pray for my husband. I'm prepping. I want to send him love. Like, I'll be like, heal, please. Because I done healed my heart and I'm open to love. That's another thing. I feel like you got to be open to it. You can't just shield it and say, oh, well, it's not out there. Or it's not, you know.
Yes.
A wife is not easy.
Yes.
It's so easy to be a girlfriend. You can
Yes.
literally, like...
Okay, well, give me some tips then.
Being a wife is hard. Like,
Yes.
I mean, not just saying the acronym for wife. Wash, iron, fuck, etc. Wife.
Right.
Okay? With those things being said, that's not all it entails. You have to be the brains of the complete operation.
Yeah.
You got to remember that their clothes not washed. You have to remember this person's agenda, your agenda, this, that. It's a lot. You have to be present.
You have
Sometimes quiet. You're right. You have to be quiet because a lot of times your spouse may be wrong in a marriage.
and you don't have to.
You
be
can't
right.
be so competitive.
Right.
You gotta be
Even
right.
when you're right, just sometimes
Yeah.
it's better to take the back seat and pretend to be wrong until it plays out, and then your mind say, "Gotcha,"
Right.
but you can't do that. You get what I'm saying? It's in a you know,
Yeah.
it's hard being quiet as women.
I did learn to be quiet. That's one thing I did learn throughout my healing process within the year.
You did, but you see, you know, this is a whole nother show, but sometimes people are abusive to you that is not verbally and physically abusive. Everybody think that verbal and physical abuse is what's going on. And some married people out there probably going through it. You don't have to yell at someone to be abusive.
Right.
But they do stuff to you that fucks with your
Mentally,
mind.
yeah.
And they will fuck you up. And that's what's going on. Just because they sit there and say they want you, but they do things. And a lot of people probably don't understand that it's going down. But you have to be smart enough to pick up and say, and I went through that with my last relationship because I wasn't verbally abused. I was abused. But I wasn't physically or verbally abused. And there was abuse to me. And my friends was like, well, how? And as time went on, they were like, wow, you're right. It is abusive.
Yeah.
It's abusive to you. They're not doing, it's hard to explain.
narcissist.
It's like narcissist stuff. You know, it's hard to explain.
They don't put their hands on you. They not being
Right,
around.
but if little small, I call it passive aggressive.
Yes.
We're out together. You speak to everybody.
Yes.
You don't introduce me.
There.
How is that
But
going to
you
make
acting.
me feel?
There it is.
You're acting like I'm invisible. That invisible shield
Yeah.
will hurt me more than you turning
Yes.
around and saying, "Bitch,
Yes.
sit down." You get what I'm saying? I'm standing right here. You go to a place and you're serving your friends and you high fiving everybody, and I'm sitting there hungry. It's like,
Right.
oh, you want something to eat? Didn't you just
It's
make
abuse.
everybody play? You know,
Right.
like, am I
Yeah.
that definitely is a
different
form of, I
stuff.
feel it, passive aggressive
Or-
abuse.
Or even acting like you mean something to me, but then no, you saying things
Right.
like you verbally say you mean this, that,
Yeah.
but your actions is not matching up. So it's just
Definitely.
like, well, now you're playing mind games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mind games is abusive. It's very abusive. So
Yeah.
you paid for the meal.
I did.
You clean the baseboards.
I did.
Because those are two things that I think, I don't know if I'm going to come in
Yeah.
and clean up his house, but you know. But
Cleaning the house.
Did you feel like he was doing these things?
I said with the cleaning of the baseboards was done because it was a need.
Right.
So fulfill a need.
A service.
A service, a
Public.
need.
Yeah.
So if you see a guy that has a immaculate house, super clean, but you open the refrigerator and everything in there is expired, that's the need. You get what I'm saying? You
I had
find
somebody do
the
that for
weak
me.
point. You find the
Somebody
weak
do
point.
that for me.
Or for example, speaking like from a guy perspective with women, the girl, she got this, she got that, da 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 da. Look at her car. Is her car dirty? Clean her car.
Yeah.
That's the need. She may be the baller, the business owner, the this, that, and the third, and she just may not have time to clean her car. It's not that she's nasty. It's just like, I got do. Can you just detail my car weekly? The
Right.
smallest little
Right.
thing that you see as a point of vulnerability.
Yeah.
If you fix that in a person's life, they're gonna forever remember you. Even if it's long term and they just become your friend, they may not be your soulmate. They're gonna remember that thing where you feel the void that was needed. You see a woman with bald tires, fix the damn tires. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Maybe she truly don't know the tires are bald.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? You see a guy with a dirty, like, baseboards are insignificant. Most people don't clean their baseboards, so I'm gonna put that out there. I just personally said,
Right.
and I cleaned them. Most of your baseboards are either not dirty or they're looked over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And with that, bitch, you see a girl, you like if a guy see a woman and she has it all, but every now and then you see her and her shoes leaning. Take her shoes one day while she at work to the bootery. Get new heels put on them.
Right.
It costs $8. It costs $8 to put new heels on a woman's shoe. If you see her shoes, like she coming out with you, she got a red bottoms on, but they leaning, fix them. Just put them back up.
Yeah,
Pick them up. Pick them up. Don't laugh at, oh, she leaning. Pick them up. Put them $8 little things up there. You be like, I didn't even know I needed new heels. You get, he ain't gotta buy, he may can't afford you the whole Louis Vuitton shoe, but he can afford the heel.
But you know,
he can get it painted again.
You know that I would never like ask a guy for something. So for him to come up and just offer, that's big for me.
Oh wow.
That's big because I'm not about to ask you, I want this, I need this, and all that. But if he offer and he sees that I need something or I need something done,
wow, he knows.
That means a lot because I'm like, oh wow, he's thinking about me.
Right? Yes.
He actually cares.
And the same way you feel about him thinking about you, men feel the same about us thinking about them.
Exactly. It goes the same way.
It's the same. If his car smell like feet, them athletes' cars stink. It be Audis and they smell like feet.
Yeah.
You get it be Maseratis and they smell like feet.
Right.
Go get him some air freshener, not to do midnight. It's a midnight walk by Febreze in Hawaii and mix it together. Oh baby, put it in their car.
Really?
Air it out. They gonna get him. This smell good. Guys don't think about car air freshener.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Make their car smell good. How much they cost? What, $5-6?
Right. Exactly.
Or even just asking them their love language. That's why I like the whole love language thing in front because maybe some guys don't like that. They might like affection.
They
or
might just like
affirmation.
head. They might just like head.
Yeah.
Then give them head while they driving down 20. And put the car, get head so good, they put it in neutral and drive neutral all the way down 20, burning their engine.
Oh my God!
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's how she got the ring.
You just burn the engine. Just burn the engine. Yeah, you get a 5-speed, you lean over. If that car drop into neutral or first or second gear, just let them keep riding. Just burn the engine out.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching us.
Yay!
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for sharing it.
You're welcome.
Share with us. You have given us a lot of information. I must say I did learn a lot from you.
Yes, she did put a little tips for us for the future. And, you know.
That's good. That's good.
When she comes back with a ring.
Just give me a ticket in the back of the wedding. You ain't gotta buy me a plate. Just give me hang in the back with the photographer. Okay.
Right.
Well, I wish you all good luck and thank you all for having me today.
Well, we wish you many blessings and continuing on your family.
Yeah.
And your
Who's probably right outside, like lingering.
Wow. Who's like, where are you?
Inspired.
Married with kids.
Right. They're here today.
Make sure you tune into next week's episode. All right. See you next time.
Bye.
Up next on Single in the City. Today's topic is commitment in relationships and celibacy.
Men want to have their cake and eat it too. We can't tell that because y'all gonna want to do the same thing. You could be in a relationship with somebody but still be out there. You want a girl but you don't want her to talk to anybody else.
What?
And then it's like you still want to do your thing.
That's what I've been waiting on.
Women can make a man ready. Don't even ask a guy like what we doing. You just gotta put your foot down.
Oh, put your foot down. What does that mean?
God, that's just
So
deceitful.
does the girl know?
No.
She thinks that she's in a relationship commitment.